whatever about the previous chapter. Nobody knew. Well, I got the question right only because she gives us like a list of what the questions on the quiz is going to be about. And I was seeing a word, I'm like, I'm not familiar with that word. I don't remember going over that in the chapter. So I Googled what it was. And I was like, yeah, we definitely didn't go over this last chapter. So that's how I got the question right. But a lot of people got that question wrong. And that's when the student kind of like spoke out and was like, hey, I'm kind of confused on this. Like we were having questions that she's not going over. She's not going over at all because she's not a lecturer. But anyways, the student asked her the question and about it or whatever, and she rebutted with another question to the student. And the student was like, well, pretty much, I'm asking you. You're the professor, right? I'm asking you. So, guys, I got my hair cut. My friend went to this lady in Grand Prairie and got a silk press, honey. And that lady did her hair so good. So, I'm about to make coffee first before I leave. So, yeah. This is the coffee I'm about to drink. And this is my favorite creamer. Though I like a lot of different ones from International Delight. This is my favorite one. International Delight over Coffee Mate any day. Thank you. So I haven't made coffee at home in a while. Trying to think what I do with my Keurig. Oh. Okay, I've never had Caribou coffee before. And since I haven't used my Keurig machine in a minute, I'm going to clean it first. So I'm going to let like some hot water, well, I guess it's going to turn hot. I'm going to let vinegar and water like rinse it or whatever before I end up using it for my coffee. Anywho, yeah, the lady, she cut like 3-4 inches off of my hair. When I was getting up to leave, I turned around and I looked and I'm like, that's my hair. She was like, yeah. I'm like, oh Lord. Like, but I'm definitely gonna go back to her because she did such a phenomenal job on my hair. I really did like it. I really do like it, and I want to stick to one person. I already found somebody who know what they doing. I want to stick to her. And something I said, and I just really want. I'm just really excited about working in this doctor's office, like, and the opportunities that it's going to give me. I can put this stuff on my resume. You know what I mean? That's the correct machine, by the way. But I can put this stuff on my resume. And I'm so happy to put this stuff on my resume. I am extremely happy to be able to put this stuff on my resume. And I didn't have to apply for nothing. I didn't have to do none of that. And I guess that's the beauty of knowing people. And the fact that her name is Frances. That's my bonus mom, Frances. But the fact that she works in this doctor's office and she's been working in there for so long that she could just be like, hey, yeah, I did have to sign. You know what I mean? Like, that was funny though. I'm thinking of, I thought of something in my mind, but I did have to sound like HIPAA stuff, you know, like I had to go through the necessary channels, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm still working with people's medical records and stuff like that. But I enjoy it. I wish I could do it long term, full term. I really wish that I can. The correct machine stopped. Hold on. Really, really good to know people like that. And I'm just grateful that I was able to get my foot in the door because I didn't know how I was going to break my way into the medical field because a lot of places won't hire you if you have no experience. I'm like, okay, well, I'm trying to get experience. You know what I mean? So, but he also was like, his mother was a nurse, he's a doctor, his daughter is a nurse, and in any way that he can help me, let him know. And of course, I'm going to use him to my advantage in a good way. But I'm also going to have my name good so that way he wouldn't mind putting his name behind me, if that makes sense, right? Because I would be somebody, I'm not about to just co-sign anybody. He been in this, and he said he's on the physician's board at the hospital he works at. So when I go through clinicals, I'm gonna see if I can go, and my clinicals can be at his hospital. I want my clinicals to be at his hospital. He's on the physician's board at this hospital. Yeah, can I go to this? Yeah, But I know a lot of the times too with schools, you can't choose, or if you do choose, you have to be like high ranking in order to choose what location you want to go to, what department you want to be in, and stuff like that. So I would really have to just make sure that I I'm just doing good with my academics, which is what I already do now. Is I make sure that because I'm going to need some scholarships, and scholarships they somebody else who don't want to back you up if you don't have a good GPA. I have a good GPA. Speaking of a good GPA, I got something to tell you. Anywho, so yeah, so I want to have a good academic transcript to where when I go for my next programs, they're gonna be like, yeah, well, we want to risk our name with Kiera versus risking our name with Sarah, and you know what I'm saying. And Sarah got B's, and she don't have as much history and much experience, and ain't nobody putting their name behind her. She ain't with no organization. She ain't with no club. She's not with anything like that. So, with that being said, that's why I'm happy that I'm able to have this opportunity to even do that. I need a necklace so bad. I had a necklace. I love necklaces. But I love accessories too. And your girl ain't been doing nothing that she used to do. And I need to get back into the habit of doing those type of things or whatever. I need to buy some rings to put on my fingers. I had some, but you know, they get old. I don't buy like real jewelry. Like I have before in the past. Oh my gosh, I have before in the past. That's a whole nother day for a whole nother story. But as of right now, I'm just like I'm Ocho Cinco in it. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm keeping my money, and I'm just buying the fake stuff. Look just as cute as the real stuff. I always get hypoallergenic metals because turning skin green, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't deal with that. We ain't doing that type of stuff. I always deal with hypoallergenic metals and stuff like that. I don't just put any type of metal on my body or my skin or anything. But I'm just I like spending money on what I like spending money on. Like there's some things I'll spend money on that people will be like, that is stupid. Why are you spending that much money on that? That's with anybody. People like spending money on what they like spending money on. People just do. And I'm one of them people that would spend money on certain things that I like to spend money on. And just jewelry ain't it. Jewelry is not one of those things I just like to spend money on because it's like it depreciates. So like why are we but anywho, that's for another day. I'd rather save my money for something that's going to, be an asset. And I'm not the person who I buy stuff that I like, not buy stuff that I think people gonna look at me and be like, "Ooh, she got money." I'm not that girl. I don't. I just buy stuff that I like, and it is what it is. But oh yeah, I bought some new shoes also. Oh, I bought some new scrubs because when I go in office, um, at the doctor's office and stuff like that, I want to look more professional. He really don't care what I be wearing because I don't wear anything like revealing. I wear professional stuff, or I just wear not necessarily professional, but it's just like I cover up. I make sure that I'm covered. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not dressing in no cut jeans. I'm not dressing in no nothing that's revealing or nothing like that. But I'm like, I just want to be more professional. At the end of the day, this is still this man's place of business, and his patients have to trust him. And they gonna be looking like, who you got back there in jeans? You know what I'm saying? So I bought me some scrubs. I bought me my favorite color scrubs. They lavender. And I bought some shoes because I usually wear like heavy shoes. And when I say heavy shoes, I mean like, like you got them like running shoes. They really light. They made out of cloth. They very airy. You know what I'm saying? Like lightweight type shoes. I haven't bought any of those in a long time. And I usually wear heavy shoes like Nikes. They got all that material on it. And like for a person who's on their feet walking around all day, I'm not typically on my feet walking around all day. But now I'm going to be on my feet walking around just more often, especially when I get into clinicals and I, graduate nursing. I'm like, I want to get in that habit now versus waiting until then. So I did buy me some scrubs also from Fabletics, and I got my name on it. But the thing about that is, when I bought, it was just taking too long to come. So I bought some scrubs from, I'm gonna show y'all, but I bought some scrubs from Amazon, and I usually get a medium in clothes. And I got a medium, but they just fit like a large. They was like really big. So I had to return it back and get a small. A small is not too tight, but it fits perfect. And the thing about that is I got my Fabletics with my name on it and a medium. So I'm hoping that they don't fit like the ones I got from Amazon and they fit large, because if they do, I can't do nothing with it. I can't do absolutely nothing with it if they that. I mean, I can, but I don't want to walk around in no baggy baggy scrubs. Like, for what? Girl, bye. And that it frustrates me because that was my first set of scrubs with that Fabletics. I only got it for like $18, and usually they're way more than that. So if I miss that opportunity on getting, you know what I'm saying, some scrubs, some good, nice, and they're pretty, they pink, I like a fuchsia color. I think they was called, I forgot what it was called, the color of them, but and I had an opportunity to get my name embroidered on it for just $5 extra. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I have to go back and get more. Then it's gonna run me like more than $60. So $18, $60. Like, come on, you do the math. But that's a no-brainer. And I'm just kind of like that. I just hope that everything and every material don't always fit the same. So I'm just hoping that even if they are a little big, being a medium, that they're not too big. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can still, because I like baggy clothes, depending on what it is. I do like baggy clothes. And if, as long as it's not too baggy, too big, and I can still wear it and look cute, I'm perfectly fine with that. And I think they're supposed to come today in the mail, if I'm not mistaken. They're supposed to come today in the mail, and I'll do a first look with y'all. I'll do a first look, but I'll show y'all my shoes and my scrubs, and I'll show y'all that too. It's been a lot that's been going on. So I just been trying to dealing with this teacher, this professor, and dealing with, just trying to make sure I teach myself as much information as possible with this A&P class, so that way I can not only just pass the class, but I get an excelling grade, because that's the mission. That's what I'm really trying to go for. So I just kind of really been trying to stay focused on that, try not to stress too much about that, because I can only control what I can control. So why not do what I can control, right? Versus being upset and mad about it. Again, I told you I don't stay mad long. I'm just not that type of person that'll stay mad long. Like, you really have to F me over like 10 times, depending on who you are. But you really gotta F me over like a lot for me to just be like, okay, yeah, I'm cutting that person off, and I'm not dealing with them no more. Because I give people grace. I don't want to say I give people too much grace, but sometimes I do. I'm too busy trying to be understanding than to judge them. You know what I'm saying? I'm too busy trying to say, well, well, you know, they probably this, and well, they probably that. I'm not trying to be that person that's just like bitchy or like just cut you off for any little thing. Cause definitely have those people that'd just be like, nah, you don't communicate well enough. Done. You my man, you a friend, family, you don't communicate well enough. I don't put you like that. I'm just not that person. I just be like, just because our communication styles don't match doesn't mean that we still can't be cool or be friends, and stuff like that. Just because our clothing styles don't match, just because our music styles that would just what I'm saying, just like stuff like that. A person doesn't always have to match you. A person doesn't always have to be aligned with you. Like they should be able to be who they are and y'all still vibe, or what I'm saying, get along or be friends or anything like that. That's just my personal opinion. I'm able to be friends with people that just the only thing we have to align in is not hurting innocent people, right? It's never fun, it's never cool, it's never okay to take advantage of innocent people, hurt innocent people in any type of way, just do people wrong. And as long as we have that understanding, I'm okay with you being different. I'm okay with you being you. We don't have to be the same. We don't have to have the same background, religion, culture, heritage. We don't have to have the same anything, but we definitely, you just can't be satanic. You just can't be that. That under no circumstances can you be that. Like Young Dolph, like I don't listen to rap like that. Like I like some rap, but I don't listen to rap like that. And Young Dolph, I love his music, but when I tell you that man mentions devil, Satan, demon, like he just mentioned those words just way too often in his music for me to vibe out with his music. I'm like, oh, this song, boy, I like this song. Just vibing with the song, and then he always gotta say, I call them the forbidden names. He always gotta say one of the forbidden names, and it's just like, yo, I gotta go. But you have some rappers that'll mention like, oh, I had this chick, she was on Demon Time, stuff like that. I don't even mess around with that, but this is out of all the songs you have, this is probably the one song that you probably mentioned that word in. That's one thing. But when it comes to Dolph, baby, he has a lot of plethora. No, I'm joking. But he do have a lot of songs out there to where he mentioned those names, and I'm just like, I know you ain't fascinated with the man, you know what I'm saying? With the whatever it is, entity, whatever. Like, I don't know. But anywho, see, I can go mad a minute. That's what I was saying though. I just been kind of like busy with that. So I'm gonna show y'all my scrubs. I'm gonna get y'all more caught up on some stuff that I've been going on. That's been going on. I can multitask and make coffee and talk at the same time, but I like to give stuff my undivided attention. I really, really do. So let me go ahead and make this coffee before it be another 30 minutes later and it still ain't made. I'm make this coffee and I'm gonna check back in with y'all in the car. Okay, these are my scrubs. Cute. I know. I like them a lot. And I feel like, see, they fit perfectly. You see, they a little baggy still, even though they're small, they're a little baggy still, but I feel like they fit perfectly. They don't have to be hugging tight or nothing like that, but cute, double pocket, like them a lot on Amazon. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And then these are my shoes. They just, just the cloth shoes or whatever. Yeah, oh, my mirror dirty, y'all. I ain't cleaned it in a long time, but yeah. These are shoes I got. So the other one that I have, the other set that I had that's coming from Fabletics, with that one is gonna be like this. I don't know how many pockets it have, but it's just gonna have white letters. I could have chose white or black, and I chose white letters of my name up here at the top. So that's why I got the white shoes, because I'm like, the white shoes will go with not only my regular clothes, but these clothes, my scrubs, any color scrubs also. But I am going to get a pair of black ones. They're so comfortable, and I do work out, and I can also use them as workout shoes. So, but they're so comfortable, and I'm going to get a pair of black just because I don't want to just get plain color scrubs all the time. I love fun colors and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get, Yes, and this is a crack in my mirror. Yeah. Okay. When I was moving here, the movers cracked my mirror, but they gave me the money that the back that I paid for the mirror. They gave it back. So I forgot what I used it on. I didn't use it on another mirror though. So I'm like, well, it's just a little crack. You know what I'm saying? It's little, so it don't matter. But anywho, and I have another mirror anyway. But yeah, I'm about black because I want two pair of shoes that is going to be able to go with anything. You know what I'm saying? And eventually I get more color shoes, more color scrubs, and so on and so forth. But I have a lot of different color Jordan 1s, and I'm not going to use those though because, with my scrubs. And I'm sure I can find some shoes in my closet right now that'll go with some scrubs. I got some shoes that'll go with these scrubs, but again, those are heavy shoes, and I don't want to have to walk around putting creases in them and just walking around in heavy shoes or nothing like that. So, yeah, this is it. And I really do like it. I was like, oh my gosh, I just feel like I just wanted to get as much experience as possible. Anyway, oh, you see the back of my phone is purple too. That is my favorite color. Though I have a lot of pink in my room, and I have a pink bag, pink carpet. Like I have a lot of pink stuff, but this is lavender is my favorite color though. But anywho, I'm so happy because again, I didn't know how I was going to break into the medical field, and I'm just happy that I have this opportunity to break into the medical field to at least get experience with stuff. And it's just I don't know, like it happened on time. It happened perfectly. I don't even start nursing school until like January 2027, and I'm already, like getting acclimated with it, which I feel like will make it a lot easier for me coming from a banking industry to the medical field. I feel like it's making it a lot easier for me to get started now than to wait till later on and getting started then. I like to do everything early. I don't want to do anything as soon as I get there. I want to know early. I want to know ahead of time. I want to be up as at least as much as I can be. I may not know everything, but I don't want it all to be foreign to me. I want to be able to understand stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and some stuff to go, oh yeah, 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 I do remember that. And that's because of the yep, yep, yep. Like I want to do stuff like that. I don't just want to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I know there's so much in the medical field, you can't learn everything before nursing school. Like you it's just impossible. But unless you're a parent of somebody, isn't it? And yet they constantly talk about it. I don't really know. But for me, it ain't happening like that. So yeah, I just want to show y'all this. And then when my other set come in the mail for Fabletics, I'm gonna try that on too. And I'm just praying that is not that big. It's just not that big. So yeah. All right, y'all. So change of plans. It's raining outside, and it's about to be raining practically all day. So little Miss Silk Press ain't going nowhere. Okay, ain't going nowhere today. Frances says she may need me to come over and help, possibly a little later with my brother. So backstory on that. Oh, that's something else I need to catch up on. So I have a little brother. How old is he? I'm not. I think he was born in like 96. I want to say he was born in 96. But he had got into a car accident in 2023. I think it was May 2023. And like he has been bedbound since then. So like he can't, walk, he can't do any of that. And slowly but surely, though, he has been making so much progress. Yes, it has been going on 3 years, but still, even within that time frame, he has made so much progress. Like so much progress. Like it's a blessing, such a blessing. But anywho, he's bedbound, so like he has a nurse that comes in. He lives at home. He has a nurse that comes in and like do everything that needs to be done. You have family that'll help here and there. He still like like needs CNA work to be done and all that type of stuff. So me even getting hands on, itching me. I'm gonna, because I sure did make my coffee, honey. It ain't about to get cold, but it's to the point where he has like Um, we still need to wash him up and do stuff like that. That has to be done. So I've been helping out with that also. I've only done it like 3 times. I want to say 3 or 4 times I've done it, and just done it just for experience or whatever, because I kind of want to be hands on with taking care of patients. Um, that's practically it. Like, you may see me looking here, which is looking at the camera, but then looking here, and I'm looking at myself. So, but you probably already know. But just in case you see me going here to here to here to here, like, yeah, it's like I want to look directly at the camera, but then again, I can't see myself. So it's a lot more convenient to just look here. So anywho, I just wanted to get that experience of caring for somebody. And in the beginning, I was kind of like, I don't know if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like washing somebody up, doing this, doing that, or, changing a diaper of an adult. I've done it plenty of times with children, but like an adult, like I don't know if I can do that. I don't even know if I want to do that. Like that's not nothing I've ever been interested in. And especially that's my brother. It's like, do I really want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, but and once I decided to be in the medical field, and I knew that at some point I may have to do it, just at some point, why not? Why not it be somebody that's not how you say that sentence? Why not it be? Why not try it with somebody that you love before you try with a stranger? So that's why I was like, okay, well, yeah, I can just do it with my brother. Like, if I'm going to have to do it in general, because other than that, I'm not doing it with nobody, family member or not, I'm not doing it. And unless, like if my spouse needed it, I would do it with all the love and care in the world. Like, oh Lord. But anywho, because sometimes I'll be like, girl, I am such a pick me. I just am. I don't give a fuck. Call me pick Misha. Kiera pick Misha Lewis. Okay, it is what it is. But anywho, anywho, it's crazy because why do that has such a negative connotation on it? I can see in some instances why, but not in the instance that I think of it and use it as like catering to your man. Why is that a bad thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, just why is that a bad thing? Unless that name isn't meant for women who like catering to their men. Unless pick me is just like something, because all the context that I ever hear it being said in is always just about women who like catering to men. And I'm just like, well, why is that a bad? As long as he's worthy of being catered to, why is that a bad thing? But then maybe that's probably not the original term it was used in or something. So maybe I don't know. Anywho, I wouldn't mind doing that for my husband or my spouse or anything like that, because I would want them to know, regardless that you're in this vulnerable moment, I still love you. You still a man. You still everything to me. So I kind of had to do the exact same thing when doing it with my brother. You know what I'm saying? Still feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just because he can't walk or talk or anything like that doesn't mean anything. He just needs help right now at this vulnerable moment. That's all it is. And I feel like if I can do that for him, again, somebody that I love, then eventually when I get to the hospital or facility or anywhere else, which I want to be in a hospital, not a facility, but I'm going to go wherever the opportunity is best for me, regardless if that's a facility or not. But I just think about that and I'm like, I'm gonna start with my brother first. So I did some hands-on stuff with that, washed him up, cleaned him, changed his diaper, wounds, used wound wash, and like he has a feeding tube, so cleaning around his feeding tube and stuff like that, changing his feeding bag. It hangs where the saline solution hangs at, or like cleaning that feeding bag or whatever. Um, what else have I done? I think that's pretty much it. Take his vitals, temperature, oxygen, just helped out a little bit like that. I've done it a couple times, a few times, and then Outside of that, I've been working at the doctor's office, which again, I'm going back there. I'm going to try to go as much as I can. I don't want to use all of my vacation time because that's what I have to use my vacation time for my primary job in order to go in. And I don't want to use all my vacation time on that. And the days that I'm off, even on holidays, the days that I'm off at the bank, because it's a federal holiday, the doctor's office is still open, so I take advantage of that on those days as well. And I've also have been invited to join. It's called. I don't want to get the name wrong, so let me see what it's called. This is what it is. It is Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society.